This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And that's on the agenda for a Tuesday, Attack and Dominate here with Morning Juice. I am Tito, Jeff Thitoff. My left, Bobby Carpenter. To my right, Isaiah. Here for 2 full hours. Big show lined up for you today. Lots to get into, Bob. There's, look, I said yesterday that we wouldn't talk much Brenden Sorsby going forward. Brenden Sorsby, but we will talk about that today. We have a reason to talk about that. Also, we hear from Jake Diebler, was on the Buckeye Show last night, and we will hear from him. Morning Juice here, sponsored by the Riverside Bank of Dublin. 2 hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, Twitter, Facebook. Catch the show from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Download the podcast anywhere you get your audio. Tell your friends about us as well. Guardians were off last night. They're at Milwaukee tonight at 7:40. The Reds beat the Mets 12-0. They'll go in tonight at 7:10. World Cup. The big story, Bob, Spain and Cape Verde.
I don't even know what Cape Verde is. I was looking at that, trying to figure out where this country is located, population.
I've got the population for you. Maybe not. It's a round number, exact number, which means it's probably off by a little bit. But I will tell you this. They played to a 0-0 tie, by the way. That's me being soccer right there, Bob, saying 0-0. We both know it was 0-0. But Spain is the World Cup favorite coming into this. And Spain has 48 million people in their country.
Yep.
Cape Verde has 612,000.
So basically you had California taking on like Toledo.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me.
That's exactly what it was,
it.
Bob. Yes.
Okay.
And it's the first time.
If California has like 50, I think they've got, maybe not that many.
I'm glad you had that off top here because I was stumbling about it while I was trying to explain it to Artie. I was trying to think of the populations and where it would be. And I was like Columbus? I said, no, Columbus is a lot bigger than 612,000.
California's 40 mil.
Okay, so a little bit.
Close to that, yeah.
Yeah. So a little under California. And I would say Toledo, I would say Toledo is probably around 600,000. Maybe Dayton.
Dayton, maybe, yes. Could be them, yeah. But nonetheless, so what it is, though, Bob, is and this is the first time Cape Verde has been in the World Cup.
Metro area of Toledo, 600,000. So there you go.
Bob, look, I don't know how you have that kind of knowledge off the top of your head. I've got stupid sports knowledge, but you've got stupid, knowledge.
I've been training for Jeopardy for years. Maybe Family Feud, which they were doing Celebrity Family Feud last night, and we were all watching as a family, which was fun. But I don't know. I tend to remember useless things.
Would you try out for Jeopardy? Or have you tried out? Have you ever, done
I've never tried out. One of our our Latin teacher in my high school growing up at Lancaster was on it. There's a lot of places I would get slammed, but there are some useless nonsense like this that I might be okay at.
So yeah, like I say, big show lineup for you today, and that Bob, I'll tell you, as soon as I heard that, was that not something I did? I hope, right?
No, that wasn't you.
Okay,
I'm
good.
getting pop-ups. This isn't good.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. But anyway, Bob, the first thing I thought about though when I saw the draw, the 0-0 draw, if you will, I thought, you know what? This World Cup could be wide open.
Oh, yeah.
Based on one result. I said, out of these 48 teams playing right now.
Soccer Jeff.
I'm thinking,
what
you know
what? Do you know about any of the other teams, Jeff? Because I don't know anything about them.
I know that France and Argentina are both really good. And they would probably be the next line of favorites in there.
Argentina is the defending champ, I believe.
I believe they're the defending champ, too. Yeah, Spain is a favorite, though. France, Argentina are two of the ones that are up there. I know England's good this year. England's probably one of the top 5 teams, I would think, in the World Cup. USA, as far as odds go, were tied for 13th to win the World Cup. But the way people are going nuts over that USA win over Paraguay is saying that that first half was the greatest soccer by the U.S., greatest half of soccer by the U.S. in their World Cup history.
It's in the World Cup, and it was a blowout. You're scoring 4 goals for heaven's sake. It's the most they've ever scored. So yes,
most have scored, and also then the fastest goal they ever scored. All those things. Should I be concerned over here, Isaiah? My little thing here on the screen went weird for our microphones.
Yeah, mine just did too.
Okay.
It's okay, we're restarting.
We'll
So
figure that
okay,
out.
restart. That's fine. Yeah. Before I turn it to Bob for this date in history, can we even play this date in history?
I'm not sure that
right,
my stream deck's across the board. Oh, we're back.
We are back.
We're back up.
Okay.
Hopefully that means good things.
All right. Hey, Bob, why don't you make me smarter? Hopefully. There we go. Look at this.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Not everything's fixed, Bob.
Well, I was sent an email saying that my little box was fixed, and then I went to just mute my mic, and it's not. So.
It's not fixed.
When he says little box, he means an electronic thing that's here for this. It's not. Don't Urban Dictionary that. Go ahead, Bob.
There you go. This date is... Today is Tuesday, June 16th, the 167th day of the year. $1.98 remaining in this 2020. This date, 1846, the Papal Conclave of 1846 elects Pope Pius IX, beginning the longest Pope reign in history, or papal reign in history. There we go, Jeff. Good job.
Look, dude, I'm sorry.
I understand you're sorry. Turn your volume. What do we look at? I mean,
I went to the YouTube chat. That's all. The YouTube one. I was going to say good morning to our juicers out there, Bob. I thought it was off.
This date, 1858, Abraham Lincoln delivers his famous House Divided speech. Many thought that was during his presidency, but it was during his it was taking place in Springfield, Illinois, accepting the Republican Senate nomination from the land of Lincoln. This date, 1897. The treaty with the Republic of Hawaii is signed, annexing the Republic of Hawaii, then becoming a state about 50 years later. They were the last state in 1952, if I'm not mistaken. 1903, the Ford Motor Company is established. And in 1911, IBM is established. 1953, Johnny Mize of the New York Yankees gets his 2,000th hit.
With the Yankees, really? I didn't know that. Mize was a long-time Cardinal. I didn't really play for the Yankees. I'm going to look it up, though. That's good.
That's what it said.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I only know what the internet tells me.
I hear you, Bob.
And maybe it tells me something wrong.
You might be right. No, you might be right. I didn't know you played for the Yankees. That's great.
So we'll go with that until...
I'll take a look. Go ahead.
Yeah, New York Yankees. That's what it says, 1953.
You're right.
Check it out.
He played for the Cardinals for a long time, and then Giants, and then Yankees.
There we go. 1968. Lee Trevino is the first player to shoot all 4 rounds under par at the U.S. Open.
It's home. Lee Trevino saves the par at 17 and preserves his 4-stroke lead over Jack Nicklaus, and that just about does it.
Okay, so he did win. When I gave that to Isaiah yesterday, I'm like, it didn't say that he won. So
right.
like, there's a chance that he was maybe like 8 or 9 under, and like Jack was in there, and he said he had a 4-stroke lead over Nicklaus. Was it 17 under? So Nicklaus was 13 under. So you could shoot every round just a shot or 2 under par and still lose.
Would we use his nickname today?
What's Lee's nickname?
Oh, it canceled. Mary Mex. The Mary Mex.
That's fine.
Okay.
Listen, that's what they called him.
That's what they called him. Like if somebody
did he
today,
ever,
though,
did
came
he
up.
bristle at that?
No, but I'm saying if somebody came up today, though, would we call somebody from Mexico the Mary Mex?
I mean, Schlegs, there's some players on Ohio State that have, like, I don't even think they're part Latino, but they have, like, Latino-sounding last names, and Schlegs calls them all kinds of things.
Okay.
It's pretty remarkable.
Okay.
Unbelievable. The way he handles that. I'm like, and everybody seems to love him, so, it's what it is. This day, 1977, Beatlemania opens on Broadway.
Beatlemania is playing to standing ovations across the country, and here's why.
Yeah, I never saw the Beatles in person, but I feel like I have now.
They looked like him, they sounded like him.
It was uncanny.
Better than a chorus line. I've never seen anything like it before, never in my life.
Beatlemania, the one Broadway show you won't want to miss.
Well, maybe second only to the Blues Brothers premiering in Chicago.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man.
That run John Belushi was on when he had the #1 movie, number one TV show, number one album, all at the same time.
And the number one coke dealer.
He also he did have some fun with the recreational substances. No
Absolutely.
doubt about it.
Go hard or go home.
Exactly.
That was his philosophy. This date, 1981, Ronald Reagan awards the Congressional Medal of Honor to Ken Taylor, the Canadian ambassador, for his role of helping to free the 6 Americans during the Iran affair. This date, 1990, peaking at number 8. I don't know how it never got to number 1. You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
You can't touch this.
Move my feet the way
Can't
Hammer
touch
would.
this.
I don't know. You might be blessed with 2 left
Touch
feet.
this.
I might have 3, Bob. Don't.
See, he had a
don't ever
mind
do
to
that.
rhyme and 2 right feet.
Yeah.
You may have been blessed with the other,
Telling you right now.
the other set of those, the 2 lefties.
Hammer's album before You Can't Touch This Thing and all that was so good. Let's Get It Started. Oh, it was a great song by him.
This date, 1992, Mark Reardon of the Red Sox sets a save record with 342.
Again, the crowd will tell you the story. 1 and 2 the count. He doesn't have a handlebar mustache. He's got a beard.
Mustache.
He's also got a fastball. And now, at least for now, Larry Sorensen, he's got the all-time save record. Jeff Reardon.
So I'm guessing he broke Eckersley's record then.
I think at that point it might have been Fingers at that point. It was why he said the
Okay.
handlebar mustache. But yeah,
Well,
it was Jeff Reardon.
Well, Eckersley had a handlebar mustache too.
No, this wasn't handlebar. He had a mustache. He had more of a porn stash than a.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, he had more of a porn stash than a handlebar. Handlebar Fingers was the handlebar stash. I don't think Eck had that. But yeah, Jeff Reardon though was a hell of a reliever, journeyman like a lot of relievers are. But yeah, I think that Fingers was famous for that right there, and that's when Charlie Finley for the A's back in the 70s actually paid him.
I don't know. That thing's curling around the lip. I mean,
no, but look at Fingers though, Bob. Look at Raleigh Fingers. One's a lot different.
it might be better. I mean, that thing is, if it curls below the lip, dude, it's a handlebar. You can steer it.
Eckersley played for the Tribe, and I believe there was some kind of drama with him and Rick Manning. Either Rick Manning.
Rick Manning was sleeping with his wife.
So that's when Eckersley got traded. Then after that, yeah. It was one. I knew it was one or the other.
I thought you told me this story.
It was probably
Maybe Shark did.
it might have been or Shark, one or the other. But yeah, Eckersley and Manning had some drama there, and then that led to Eckersley getting traded.
Because they picked him like we couldn't have traded the other guy.
Right, the other one, yes. But Rick Manning though is one of Shark's favorite players of all time for the Guards.
That's good.
Indians. There, I said it. Indians. I said it.
And then this date, 2015, Donald Trump announces his run for presidency, which ended up being successful in 2016. Some birthdays today. Geronimo, the Indian Native American chief, born on this date, 1829. This date, 1946. Rick Adelman, the longtime NBA head coach, was born. And you'll love this. Born on this date, 1947. 79. His partner in crime may be gone, looking up at us. But the number 5 pick in the 1970 draft by the Buffalo Bills, the man they called AC, Mr. Al Collins, turning 79.
911, what are you reporting? This is AC. I have OJ in the car. Okay, where are you? Please, I'm coming up to
I'm underneath that helicopter.
Okay.
Google me.
Right now,
Oh, wait, Google's not around
but
yet.
you gotta tell the police to just back off. He's still alive, that he got a gun to his head. Is everything else okay? Everything right now is okay.
Oh, the guy with the gun to his head, yes.
He wants me to get it to his mom. He wants me to get it to his house. Okay. So that's all we ask. He got a gun to his head. Okay, and what's your name? My name is AC. You know who I am, goddammit.
That's the best. Thank you for getting that, Isaiah.
Yes.
AC, who are you? What's funny, because OJ had the nickname, so then AC, they said he started going by the 2-letter nickname as well. He just, like OJ's little buddy. But he was the 5th pick overall. I had no idea he was drafted that high.
I'm not going to even act like I can do the math quickly enough, Bob. How old were you in 94?
11. I remember watching, it was the last time the Knicks were in the...
Yes,
not
Knicks
the last
Rockets.
time. It was the first time they were in the finals with
Before
Ewing
99, yeah.
playing against the Rockets. And, I mean, they literally had that, like...
Split screen.
Here's the juice driving. My dad goes, "It's not doing anything. Put the game back on." So if something happens, throw it back over there.
It was June 17th, 1994, one of the weirdest days in sports history because you had that going on, NBA Finals, World Cup here in the United States. All that stuff is going on at the same time. And it was something, the split screen thing, and it was just forever like him going down. People holding signs up over overpasses.
Have you ever seen? Did you watch the video?
I've seen the video. Yeah,
I mean, it's remarkable.
It's insane.
Yes, it is something. It's one of those things, Bob, where I can't ever envision something like that happening again. As far as like the whole, the way it all. No, wait, Bob. The way it all could be. You've got one of the greatest rushers in NFL history, former Heisman Trophy winner, very popular media guy, very popular pitchman.
Yeah.
And that happens where he. Well, like Norm Macdonald would say, no, he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers. Maybe I was the greatest rusher to judgment. He's the greatest rusher of all time. But, all that, though, going on with the NBA Finals at the same time and the World Cup in the United States, that's a lot.
It was a lot. It had to be – I never even thought about this. Like, it had to be surreal for my dad seeing that because, like, he played again. Those guys were
that's right, yeah.
I mean, they were older when he came in, but they were still in the league.
Right.
When he got there. He's watching this like, what in the heck is going on?
America. White America loved OJ.
Yeah. Born on this date, 1959, lost him in 2014. The ultimate warrior.
With a special referee like Sid Justice. Granted, it's going to be called down the middle 50-50. But in no way, shape, or form are we at a handicap. The power of the Ultimate Warrior and the forces of Hulkamania that I have seen in great strides before come together at SummerSlam. The tanks that we ride in are made of the armor of Hulkamaniacs and warriors of great strengths after we destroy you with an improper burial. What you gonna do when Hulkamania and the Ultimate Warrior run over here?
I don't want to make reckless speculation here, Bob, but I think Warrior may have been on steroids.
And among other things.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
James told me he was on it all. Basically how he do that the ring grab and back and forth. I think
he did that thing with the ropes to do that.
It was awesome watching the Hulk Hogan documentary because they talk about how they tried to pass it from him and he was trying to kind of step back and retire and they had to bring Hulk back because like Ultimate Warrior he wasn't as endeared by the fans and he was crazy. Like,
he was great at the beginning. At the beginning, he was like everyone loved him.
Yeah, but the sustaining power wasn't really there.
The end was very sudden.
The all-time international appearance leader for the United States men's national team. Do you know who that is, Thitoff?
Lexi Lawless.
It probably isn't a bad guess. He played with Lexi. He was just a young one.
No, wait. I can see the guy in my mind right now. He's got dark hair. He was kind of balding last time I saw him in a World Cup. Yes.
Also wrong.
Ah!
But this guy played in the '94 Olympics. That was his first one. I think he was or not Olympics.
World Cup.
I think he was like 22, 23. He was very young, maybe 19 when he did it. Turning 56 today. So 94 to now, it's 26 years. He was 20 years old. Mr. Kobe Jones.
Hendrickson. Kobe. Shot.
That was Kobe that honor, right?
Yeah.
Hendrickson keeps it alive, and Kobe slams it home.
Kobe Jones's 19th goal of the season.
COBI, right? COBI, yep.
Yeah, he was super young, 20 years old in that first World Cup, but played in a number of them, obviously. Born the same day, also turning 56. In a little bit of trouble right now. The six-time major winner, but never getting that U.S. Open, Mr. Philly Mickelson.
Is it his time? Yes! He birdies the final hole to win the green jacket.
His first. Won at Augusta, won another one there.
Yep.
It's born on this date, 1971, passing away in 96, Mr. Tupac Shakur. Were they playing that during the OJ? Did they have that?
I don't think they played it there, Bob, but I will tell you this. So when I go to Vegas with my buddies, I try to every year with an Uber or cab, whatever, try to go to the intersection. Yes. I go there and I turn to my right like Pac did. Remember when Pac, like they got the famous last photo of him?
Yeah.
I try to do that every time. I sit in the passenger seat, which the cabbie doesn't like normally, or the Uber guy. That's whatever. But I do that, though, and I turn to the right, hoping someone will take a picture of me, and then maybe I'll get assassinated, and then I'll be famous.
Well, there you go. You got a plan.
I do.
I'm glad.
Pac. You a Pac or Biggie guy?
I was more of a West Coast guy than East Coast.
I'm Midwest Coast.
God.
Well, that's amazing. One of the great young pitchers to burst on the scene, 20 Ks as a 20-year-old.
Oh, God. Hate this guy.
Why?
Because he cheated. Bob, because I believed him.
Who do you think I'm talking about?
Clemens? Oh, Kerry Wood. Talking about Kerry Wood. Never mind. Sorry. Never mind. I don't think Kerry Wood. You're right.
Gets Derek Bell for his 20th strikeout, a National League record. He has his first Major League complete game and shutout, and it's a one-hitter over the Houston Astros. They're mobbing Kerry Wood at the mound. The young Texan has blanked the Astros 2-0.
I mean, you're throwing hate out there. If Kerry Wood was doing juice, he was doing it wrong because he got hurt all the time.
He did. You're right. That was the apologies to the Kerry Wood family.
And by the way, I'm going to let you know a little secret.
Yeah.
They progressively get younger. Clemens is in his 50s. And so Tupac, I guess we were coming right after that. It would have been probably a little in there. But yeah, Kerry Wood turning 49 today. Turning 42 today. One of the all-time great Blue Jackets, now back working, I believe, as the assistant GM, Mr. Rick Nash.
Move to the point. Here's Derek Morris. Morris, block. Pekka, outlet pass for Rick Nash. Nash now tries to split the defense and walk in. Nice move. Another nice move. He scores. What a goal. It doesn't get any better than this. Rick Nash, how do you do?
Oh, baby. My goodness gracious. Holy moly.
Nash's third point of the night.
Wow.
Second goal of the evening.
Jeff, that's the best goal I've seen Rick Nash score in his career. He takes a chip pass inside, outside on the defenseman again, and then hold it or nothing left. Wow.
Don't care for him.
Who is Rick?
Yeah.
Why?
It's personal, Bob. Look, there's a picture on my wife's phone of her with Rick Nash.
Okay.
At a game. I want to make sure we clear that. It's not like something else, but they're at the game. At a game together. She has her picture taken with Rick Nash.
They're not at a game together. She went to watch him.
Okay, it's fine. Whatever. No. It was up like in the suite. Okay. So it was after, I think it was post.
Playing.
Yes. And she has never looked that happy in any picture with me. The way she looks in that picture with Rick Nash.
I don't know if that's exclusive to Rick Nash. There might be other ones.
It might be. It's fine. I'm just telling you right now, though. That was like on her phone, and it bothers me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, whatever, Rick Nash. Overrated.
And then you're going to throw that there on him?
I know, Bob. Okay.
Rick is a friend of mine.
I know.
Like him.
It's fine. You know what? I'm sure I'd like him, too, if it wasn't for that.
Okay. Four-time All-Pro, one of the great young receivers in NFL history. Getting a little older, turning 27 today, Mr. Justin Jefferson.
Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh, my goodness. Justin Jefferson pulled it in. The catch of his life.
Great one there by Justin Jefferson. And some passings today. Passing away on this date, 2021. Frank Bonner, he was Herb Tarlick of WKRP in Cincinnati. And I was going to have him grab something, but we had a lot of sound for him to get today. Because I figured you'd want to hear this. One of the great hitters of all time, passing away in 2014, Mr. Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn was a hitting machine. He came in, like he and Wade Boggs both were fantastic.
You have Tony Gwynn?
I don't have Tony Gwynn.
That's okay. Tony Gwynn was
sorry, I had it on there, but I didn't grab it this morning, I guess.
Okay, I'm sorry. I looked at it and I was waiting.
The clip that I pulled was an Inside the Park Grand Slam. So you can imagine it there, Tito.
Tony Gwynn was
Inside the Park Grand Slam?
For Tony Gwynn, yes.
Yeah. He was a stud point guard at San Diego State. And I think I drafted in the NBA.
How bad the fielding must have been to have an Inside the Park Grand Slam. It's
Bob,
one thing have inside the park home run, but to have the 3 guys in front of you also score.
And Tony Gwynn was not a fast runner.
No, wait, he was though.
Him rounding third looked pretty crazy. This had to be late in his career.
He had 50 steals in a season early in his career. He was actually used to be svelte. He was. He was actually in decent shape. He used to steal some bases. He would steal 30, 40, 50 bases a season before he got fat. But he was a guy though who could roll out of bed and hit. He could be like.
So that's what he just started doing.
He could be on an island with a volleyball for a couple years and come back out and still go 3 for 4 first game back. Tony Gwynn was a hitting machine. He and Boggs. It was a fantastic time to be a slow, really good hitter.
Well, he wasn't slow. He just chose to get slow.
He got slow. You're right. He didn't start off slow, but he got slow. Yes.
Scott Heavy. Good for him. Really ate his way into that thing. Some holidays observances today. It is National Fudge Day, Wish Fulfillment Day, and Sea Turtle Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays observances for this date, Tuesday, June 16th, the 167th day of the year, and $1.98 remaining in this 2026.
Well done, as always, General. Coming up next, CBS released its biggest bust candidates for the NFL this season. I've got a problem with one of them. We'll do that next. This is Morning Juice.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
So after I got done playing football, I still like to work out, go do all of the activities that I love so much. And unfortunately, I started having a little bit of pain in my knee. That's when I went and saw my friends at QC Kinetics. We were able to go in there, get the consultation, get treated, and now my knees, well, they're as good as new.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? I don't know. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
We have a desire and passion for great customer service. Every detail is important to us. From your first phone call to the end of the project, Newman is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to educate you so you understand what's happening with your roof. We're in your corner to help you be confident in your decision. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. We are Newman.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
When people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
I'm Jeff Hogan. I've been a journalist at 10 TV for more than 20 years. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to speak up, or lend a hand. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well. I must break you. This is Morning Juice.
Bob, that coming back with that right there about the Russian family thing. My daughter has endeared herself to another Russian family.
A second one?
Yes.
Sounds like it might be an issue.
No, I'm paranoid because I don't want to get on a watch list. That's all. I'm not saying I will.
Some of the McCarthy trials and
stuff?
stuff?
That's all. Bob, look, I've read enough history, and I'm paranoid enough and insecure enough to think, let's be careful. But they're great families. But, whatever. Anyway, Bob, CBS put out a thing with their top. They have 8 NFL players that have to prove themselves entering the 2026 season. These are guys they think could be busts. And there are 2 Buckeyes on this list. In the NFL.
So these all rookies then?
Nope, not rookies. These are current players. Okay, like established veterans, established-ish. They've been in the league for a couple years, at least. Do you want to guess which 2 Buckeyes are on this list of potential busts in the NFL? Because one, I've got a huge problem with both of them, Bob.
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Marvin Harrison Jr. is one of them. And they've got him on this list. And what they do is they go through and they put their little stats and their little analysis of it, and then they will say if they think he'll be a bust or not. This is what it says. Marvin Harrison Jr. was viewed as a generational prospect when the Cardinals selected him number 4 overall in 2024. So far, the Ohio State product has yet to translate that into NFL success. They go through, and they predict he will bust. Why he will bust? It says, on top of other targets leapfrogging him, Harrison may not be fully healthy. He noted earlier this month he's still working his way back to 100% after dealing with appendicitis, 2 heel injuries, and a concussion last year. If he remains banged up, it will let me see what I got. Sorry, if he remains banged up, it will be even harder for things to finally click. And this is why he won't. The talent is there for Harrison to become a star receiver. Maybe it all takes a new coach, and that will turn things around for him. But, Bob, I cannot see Marvin Harrison busting in the NFL. Can you?
The thing is, playing receiver, and since it's Justin Jefferson's birthday,
yes,
let's take a little peek at his situation, because he made 4 All-Pro teams in a row, first or second.
Sure. And Jefferson, though, this past year, though, his numbers sucked because of his quarterback play.
His quarterback sucked.
Which is seriously what Harrison's had to deal with the entire time.
Okay, so there you go. You're making my point for you. He went from 88 receptions his rookie year, 108, 128. Then he had some injuries in 23 and only had 68, but that was in 10 games. And then in 24, back to 103. Last year, he played all 17 games and had his lowest number since he was injured and only played in 10.
Right.
He had 84 catches for just over 1,000 yards. And it's because his quarterback sucked.
Right.
And Marvin Harrison Jr., they're like, oh, he's out there with Kyler Murray. I'm like, that's not a good thing. Kyler Murray is not a good quarterback. And that's why he struggled. Now, we'll see. Who do they have out there? Who did they bring? Jacoby Brissett?
Well, Jacoby Brissett right out, but he's holding out. Yeah, well, Minshew, and then you've also got Carson Beck. And they could have, we'll talk about it later, Sorsby. But nonetheless, Brissett, though, is trying to say, hey, look, I should be paid starter money. And so Brissett's not really.
Well, he is the starter.
He is the starter. But he's
making like $15 million a year, dude.
I think he makes less than that, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think Brissett's even making that much. But Jacoby's like, hey, I need more money. I need to do.
I don't blame him for that.
But he is now, he's flexing on that right there, where he thinks he needs to get paid more money.
Oh, dude, he's signed a 2-year deal worth $12.5 million.
Right.
He's making $6 million.
I'm
not saying he should get 50, but, dude, he probably was like, you can pay me 20.
And that's the thing. That's where the rub is there. So he's not really – I think he might be there. So he's doing the whole Marshawn Lynch. I'm here so I can find. I think that's what he's doing right now. But I don't think that he wants a new contract is what he wants. And so that's why I don't put it on Harrison. You saw Harrison up close more than I did. You know how damn good he is.
I love that you brought up Carson Beck as if he's the answer.
No, he's not. But okay, then let's say though
they've got Gardner Minshew and Carson Beck.
Okay,
I'm like, Mike. I was like, is there something I'm not knowing about Carson Beck that there's a secret? Is he like really the guy, the dark horse to win the job?
Listen, he's not going to win the job. But I'm saying if Jacoby Brissett though ends up extending this into the season and doesn't play, I think Carson Beck starts a game at some point. Because they're going to suck.
They're going to be bad.
Right. Even if Jacoby, they might suck.
I mean, I talked to Colt McCoy. His last year, I think, was with the Cardinals, I want to say. And he was out there with Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd asked him about some of the gaming that was going on.
Okay.
And also
yes.
how bad their offensive line was. And
Yeah.
He's like, Cole's like, I'm not as athletic as I used to be, so I just got to get rid of the ball. And I feel like their offensive line probably isn't significantly better than what it was.
I don't think it is.
They've got Paris Johnson Jr., but that's one guy.
That's one of 5.
He can block one.
Right. Maybe 2. He may block 2. But still.
There's 3 other guys that are routinely coming that need to be blocked. So, yeah, that's the problem. I don't. Has Marvin been great? No. But he hasn't had any opportunity to be great because of the situation that he's been in. And if you're a receiver, and it goes back to Jim Harbaugh's point, an offensive line needs no other positions to be good. If you're a receiver, you need an offensive line to be able to block, a quarterback that can throw it to you, and a quarterback that can discern that you're the guy who is supposed to be getting the ball, and an offensive coordinator that's going to scheme some of that stuff up for you. So, like, there's a lot of things that have to happen for you to be a productive wide receiver in the NFL. And like, to the point of Justin Jefferson, they had the offensive line, they had the coach.
Yeah.
You take the quarterback and, we can put this guy in here. And you know what? It didn't look very good at all.
Bob, when I read the story, it's the thing I thought about what you said yesterday about the Jim Harbaugh, who I hate. He's Satan. But his comment, though, the offensive line's in one spot. That receiver does have a – like, I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr., all of a sudden forgot how to be a good receiver.
He's one of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. And so I know it's not due to lack of effort or attentiveness on his part. And he's going to know what to do, be able to execute at a high level. But you just have to, my goodness, you got to help him out.
Do you want to guess the other former Buckeye on the list?
Offense or defense?
Offense. If I gave you a position to give it away.
Gave it a position, it would give it away.
It would. Because there's not many of them.
Was it Fields?
No, it is Stroud as potential bust this year. Now, here's what I'm with that. And
he's
I
in
know,
like a contract situation.
but
he's not like in a contract year, but he wants a new deal right now.
Absolutely. And this, Bob, is where it gets to. We know how C.J. Stroud's season ended last year.
Yeah.
Not well. A few interceptions, throwing to ghosts, whatever, in the game against New England. But
why do you say throwing to ghosts?
Well, he had like 4 picks in the first half.
I watched the game.
Yeah, I know.
But that's the Sam Darnold comment that he
right,
made
I know. That's what I was saying. I know.
The
Darnold thing, I know. And that's what I'm saying. But like 4 picks, though, in the first half is really hard to do, Bob.
I don't know. I bet you could do it.
No.
I don't know if he'd get off 4 passes. That's being pretty generous.
First of all, I would not. If I didn't see the window, I'd throw it down, Bob. Or I would take the hit. I would try to get the yards. Okay.
Take that.
That's right. Okay. Isaiah's laugh was aggressive there, which is why maybe Big Mo will be the next time Bodie's off. Maybe we'll have Big Mo in here. But anyways, though, Bob, that's the way last season ended. And he struggled part of the year. But here's my thing with Stroud, which is why I think, and I'm going to defend him after saying he saw ghosts. The man has been in the playoffs all 3 years.
Yep.
Which is Brock Purdy gets a lot of credit because he's been I don't want to say game manager now is an insult, but he's managed games to get the 49ers to the playoffs and had success there. How is C.J. Stroud that much different? He's making the playoffs. Do you realize C.J. Stroud has played in 6 playoff games in 3 years? Justin Herbert's played in 3, and he's been around a couple more years longer. Yeah. And everyone loves Herbert, right? But Stroud, though, I don't see him as a bust. I'm trying to think what the expectations should be for C.J. Stroud. Houston's got a great defense. They really do. And the culture they have there as far as like the way they run
things. Got offensive weapons. Now, the run game wasn't great last year.
No, they added David Montgomery this year from Detroit.
He was also like older and not great.
Old, yes. No doubt about it. They have Woody Marks there. Joe Mixon no longer there. But nonetheless, it is I'm just saying a situation like I think that
his rating last year wasn't as bad. His first year was great.
Right. Then he took a step back.
Quarterback rating was over 100. Last year, or 24 was 87.
Yep.
20 touchdowns, 12 picks. Last year was better, 19-8. You'd like to see that touchdown number keep climbing into the high 20s.
Yeah.
But he was at about a 93 quarterback rating, so not awful. That's pretty decent. It was really just the playoff game that
it was that last
bad.
right, which is why I don't think he's I don't see him even. They say bust candidate. I don't see him as a bust candidate or a bust at all in his 3 years. He's played 6 playoff games in 3 years. The Houston Texans going to the playoffs all 3 years. That should count for something.
Well, he's part of that. He's not the only reason for that. And in 24, he wasn't great. And we'll see. Also, I believe they had some injuries at wide out in 24.
They did. Was it Collins got hurt?
Nico Collins was out most of the year.
They've got good receivers if they're healthy.
Receivers. They've got a good staff. D'Amico Ryans is a good coach. They're set up for success for him. I'm not saying it's a bust year for him. If he did what he did last year, I don't know that they're going to give him the big time deal that he wants.
Right.
If he plays better than that, then maybe they'll give it to him. We'll see. I know that they he's trying to push to get this thing done before the season, and I get it as to why they would want to do that, but I don't know that Houston is going to give it to him. They probably want to see a little more, and I don't blame him for that.
He is a mid quarterback for me. He is he's not elite, but he's also not terrible. He's right there in that 13 to 17 range as far as best quarterbacks, as far as I'm concerned, in the NFL. You look at all the starters, 1 to 32, I'd put him in that 13 to 17 range, and absolutely he benefits from having weapons and having a good defense. But I put him kind of right there in the meat of things as far as where he's at in the rankings among quarterbacks in the NFL. And so, there are other busts in the NFL. I would not.
His QBR was the 11th ranked QBR last year.
Right. Yeah, which is not terrible.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Drake May was number 1, so I don't know that that's the most pure identifier you're going to have.
Right. Yeah.
Brock Purdy was there, Jordan Love, Stafford. Dak Prescott, Mahomes, Allen, Daniel Jones before he got hurt, Lamar. I'm going
to throw 2 teams at you, Bob. Tell me if you think these 2 teams would rather have C.J. Stroud in their current situation. Pittsburgh Steelers?
Is there another one?
Cleveland Browns. Do you think both those
Cleveland,
teams?
For sure.
Okay, both those teams would rather have Stroud than what they've got.
Yeah, because Stroud's way younger than Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And that would you'd be able to build around that for the future. So yeah,
that's what I think too. I think Stroud. That's what I'm looking at when I'm trying to figure out where Stroud is. I think that around half the teams in the NFL would rather have him than their current situation. The Cardinals we just talked about.
Yeah.
Falcons.
Probably the Falcons too.
Right. Dolphins. I think.
I would say that's probably
those are teams that there's a handful of teams. I'm sorry, probably half the teams I think, or around half, would rather have Stroud than what they've got right now. All right, coming up next, we'll do quick hitters, Morning Juice.
I'm Meredith Garfalo, meteorologist at 10 TV News this morning, and I'm an Ohio girl. I love golf, aerospace, and all things Ohio sports. For nearly 20 years, I've studied the patterns that shape our days, from winter wonders on the south side to dangerous storms along the I-71 corridor. When the weather changes, you'll be the first to know, because you need a forecast that moves as fast as you do. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you think of brands that are customer focused, one thing they all have in common is that their values and commitment to quality have been passed from one generation to the next. With 3 generations in the roofing industry, our family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Our commitment to the customer will show through all of our team members as they make sure that every customer is completely satisfied. When it comes to your roofing needs, work with a company built around family. Call Newman Roofing today.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
What's up, Reese? Hey, Bone. Didn't we do a 5K fun run last year? Yeah, I think we did. Do you want to do it again this year? Sure. All right.
Registration for the Fan 5K is now open. Join your favorite personalities June 20th at Otterbein University. The Fan 5K features a medal, t-shirt, free race photos, and a post-race party.
Get your spot today at 971therace.com.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
Knee pain's something I lived with since the big game, and I'm all over surgeries. That's how I found QC Kinetics. I was able to get in, see the doctors, do the treatment, and get my knee feeling basically brand new. I can work out, run, most importantly, chase my son around the house and the yard, and do my job without any pain.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
Bobby knows what it's like to be a winner. Tito knows what it's like to be thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You're here 4 hours.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. This is where Isaiah takes the wheel. Do it, Isaiah.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, bud. Do your thing.
All right, the first one we've got here, I've got a little bit of audio I want to play for you guys.
Oh.
So James Dolan, recently the New York Knicks owner.
Beloved owner, by the way.
And this,
make sure you preface that.
Oh, beloved.
Yeah.
And he asked his players before the championship run kind of an interesting proposition. So I'm going to go ahead and play it here for you guys and see what you think about it.
I had this idea that maybe you should give up sex for the next 10 weeks. You don't have to give up sex for the next 10 weeks. But like Spartans, you know what Spartans are? Right? They denied themselves, right, so that they could have an edge. Get the edge. Go home, talk to your wives, tell them, don't tell them you're not going to have sex. Don't tell them it was my idea. But let them know what this is going to be like, what your commitment is going to be like, and how they're going to have to sacrifice too. Those concerns at home, they can't come on the court. They can't come into the practice. For the next 10 weeks, this has just got to be all about us and about how we play. It's not who we play, it's how we play. Because I believe this team can beat anybody in the NBA. We've already shown that we can. So it's not who we play, it's how we play.
Bobby, is this the most ridiculous thing that you've ever heard an owner say?
Maybe an owner. I've heard coaches and like front office people say things similar to that. And like, everybody leans in on the sex piece of it, but like there's a lot of other elements there. I mean, guys are human beings and they have families, but you only are given so many opportunities to potentially win a title and go be great and do some of the things that they've done. And so there's an element of like, hey, I understand that you have personal lives and there's things that are out there, and not to detract from that completely, but you've got to find a way to balance this and balance it really well. Like, you're not taking paternity leave like Tyvus right now and, doing whatever. And I'm not going to besmirch people for doing whatever. Like, I had 2 kids while I played. I mean, I never missed a single day of practice for my kids being born or any of that stuff. Like, not to say that that's right or wrong or whatever it is, but, we're trying to win, and you're in the thick of playoff races and trying to get things done, so you have to manage your schedule around it. You have to take care of them and be involved in it, but that cannot bleed into your preparation for what you're doing in your job.
Bob, have you ever had a coach?
They fired the Vikings GM for that, by the way. That and being terrible.
Have you ever had a coach, GM, owner ever say to you, hey, let's not have sex for a while? Not you and him. I'm saying you, like in your life. I'm sorry. I got no. Wait, no,
me
Bob.
And my coach?
No, Bob. I said that the wrong way, and I caught myself immediately. Have you ever had someone say, "Hey, you shouldn't be having sex right now because we're in the thick of things"?
Not necessarily in those words.
But you've had something like
I told you that. It just said that, like in so many words, things were alluded to and stated.
Right.
That this is a priority now, and so you need to focus up and look more at this.
Did you, not to get too personal here, did you abide by said rule, by said suggestion?
So I had guys who would, like, they had rules of when they would had intimacy, when that would occur. I never subscribed to any of that stuff. I didn't think that it truly mattered. I'm like, I prepare, do the same thing all the time, every week. Like, I'm going to be good regardless of those different things.
Yeah, the fact Dolan did that, I don't know how old Dolan is. Was he 70s? In his 70s, probably. I don't like anybody older than me saying the word sex that many times. I just don't like it. Look, Bob, I'm younger. I'm not 55. I'm still in my 30s. But, so, like, when someone that old says something about sex, it really bothers me. It makes me cringe.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. They won the title, though, so whatever. But, yeah, what do you got next?
Did he say that? Was that audio from before the championship?
That was after.
Okay.
He did say...
So he was telling the story.
Yes.
Telling it after. Because it's a lot easier to tell that story after you won because it looks like it justified it and like you were right. I was curious because I was trying to listen to the verb tenses of what he was saying to see if that came out like before they had wrapped it up.
Yeah, he was like saying, give me X amount of days or whatever, make your sacrifices. 10 weeks. And make your sacrifice. And he said, we're going to win the title and all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 if you do this. But looks like a genius now, I guess, but nonetheless. So, yeah,
People forget how much they hated him.
Yes, they did hate him.
All right, next story here. Some reports coming out of Michigan talking about Bryce Underwood, who has been kind of controversial throughout this offseason. Some people saying that he's struggled in the passing game even now at the end of last season. But
Eric Weddle being one of those people.
Yep.
Yes.
And Michigan reports coming out that although the passing game is a work in progress, the team is prepared to lean on the running game this fall. So let me ask you this, Bobby. Is the scariest version of Michigan Bryce Underwood throwing for 4,000 yards and being a star quarterback, or Michigan running for 250 a game like they were a couple years ago?
The thing is, if they're running for that, you have ways to stop people if they're one-dimensional. If Bryce Underwood becomes good and can throw the ball, then that was always the biggest concern because look at these wideouts they can get, and then you compare that run and pass together, and it's really hard to stop. You can gear up to stop a run game, and I feel pretty confident now with Matt Patricia here that you're not going to see any of those issues that arose in some of the previous losses. So I'm not necessarily as worried about that as I would be worried about Bryce Underwood looking like the combination of Lamar Jackson and Drew Brees.
So, Bob, when you look at it, though, like, you mentioned the Patricia thing on that, and do you think that he would prefer Ohio? Would he prefer that, like, as far as like the way his scheme, the way the offense is set up, the way the defense is set up for Ohio State? Do you think he has a preference if he'd rather have a pass-happy Michigan team or a run-heavy Michigan team?
Well, if they're pass-happy, they're not. Like, here's the thing: if you're pass-happy with how Kyle Whittingham plays, like, you're going to be balanced. Like, you're going to be able to run it too. So he would rather play a team that's one-dimensional. I promise you that.
Yeah, I don't. And maybe I'm wrong on this, Bob. I know he's a true freshman last year. I know he had moments last year, but I just don't have a lot of faith in or confidence in. Faith's the wrong word, because that would mean I believe in him. But confidence in Bryce Underwood being an elite Big Ten quarterback.
I mean, he was supposed to be the number one guy coming out. They paid him a ton of money to come there.
Yeah.
Flip him from LSU. And he looked okay as a freshman. But here's the thing. You were expecting him to make a jump after playing really his whole freshman year and then going through spring ball. And that's why I talked to Eric Weddle when he was back last week, because he was the one that made some of those comments. But you had also heard rumblings out of Michigan that he wasn't playing all that great.
Right.
And then, I mean, Eric doesn't have any ties there, so he said it. He's like, he hasn't looked good from the pocket. He's like, Carr looked better. So he's like, he might be the guy that's going. So we'll ultimately see. But the problem is Michigan, they're pregnant in this deal with Underwood. I mean, they've given him all this money. Like, you can bench him, but I don't know what you would end up, how you pivot and move forward then after that.
Hyder, the running back there, he's 6 foot tall, about 210 pounds, which is a great size for running back. But I do think, I would think that early on, they will probably lean more in the running game. And against Oklahoma, they'll probably have to rely on the running game there to try to shorten that, because I think Oklahoma's a better team. But At some point, though, Bryce Underwood's going to have to make plays with his arm. And I don't have a lot of faith in the fact he's going to be able to do it. I know Bobby came in as the number one guy. I know they put a lot of money into him, but that was also the previous head coaching regime. And I don't know if Whittingham feels the same way about Underwood, that the other staff did.
Yeah, he might not, but they've got him,
Yeah.
and they've paid him, and they're going to keep paying him, so they got to figure that thing out.
Next one here, CBS just came out with a story talking about they essentially pulled a bunch of agents and GMs across college football and talked about official visits and unofficial visits. One paid for by the school, the other, at least according to the NCAA rules, not supposed to be. And
Yes.
one of the really interesting stories was this one that they gave, which was amid a high-profile recruiting battle for a 5-star recruit a few years ago, a collective made a drastic move. They sent a private jet for the 5-star and his friends, flying them out to a music festival to garner favor.
That sounds awesome.
On top of that trip, they changed the recruit's phone plan and phone number so the other school they were battling with couldn't call him for a bit. The GM/agent said there was some creativity to it, and then the former collective staffer called it the pinnacle of the program's recruiting craziness. But it obviously underscores the lengths teams will go in order to try to garner favor.
That sounds awesome. You're telling me they flew him out to a music festival with his friends,
With his buddies.
on a PJ. Good for them. I mean, that's the recruit. It's almost as good as Jameer Brown saying that some schools were offering him ladies. I mean,
That was amazing, Bob. And I know, Bob, you are a man of knowledge. You are a man who can quote Socrates if you want to. But does any part of you somewhere deep down, petty Bobby, young Bobby, wish you had been around this time where people were doing that? Because they would have flown you out to a festival with you and your friends on a private jet. They would have done it.
I don't know if I was good enough for that.
What?
Not maybe when I was being recruited. I mean, we were joking with, I was talking with Berm yesterday about this over at the coach's golf outing. And he was bringing this stuff up. And I'm like, we had a really great class. Some of the great players ended up being great players, but a lot of the best players weren't the most heralded players coming out, which is sometimes how it works.
Okay, maybe then you get like some kind of maybe VIPs to Sonic. They don't drive you there, or they don't fly you there. Maybe you get a limo. But I'm saying you would have gotten, to be fair, you would have gotten perks you didn't get.
Probably.
And you would have gotten money you didn't get.
That's certain. That's certainty.
Yes.
I've told you before on this. I would not have changed it.
I know you wouldn't change it, Bob, but like,
am I jealous about it? No.
I know you're not jealous.
You said, is there anywhere you're like petty or deep down? I'm like, no.
Deep down.
I'm happy for deep. I'm happy.
Like deeper.
I'm happy for these guys.
It's amazing. Yeah, the fact that they will fly him and his buddies out
to a festival. Did he get to choose the festival?
Right.
Did they give him options? What was the thought
I
process?
guarantee you, they probably like it wasn't like, hey, we're going to do this for you. I mean, there was probably a conversation.
He was like, I don't really mess with country that much. Can I go to like a rap
right,
one?
Yeah, right.
I prefer a different one.
Get Nelly out here. That's aging me right there. Coming up next, good job on the quick hitters there. I didn't want to talk about Sorsby anymore, but we have to now because I think we have some definitive news on Sorsby and Texas Tech. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up, or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief.
Hi, I'm Bobby Carpenter.
And I'm Jake Ballard.
And we are both QC Kinetics believers. We are both pain-free in the knees.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation.
We have a desire and passion for great customer service. Every detail is important to us. From your first phone call to the end of the project, Newman is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to educate you so you understand what's happening with your roof. We're in your corner to help you be confident in your decision. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. We are Newman.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite Fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Bobby Carpenter, husband, father, Buckeye. Jeff Thitoff, husband, father, idiot. This is Morning Juice.
So, Bob, I'm doing the show sheet yesterday, prepping for today's extravaganza. I think it's probably understating how big today's show is. But anyway, and there was talk about, Texas Tech, the Big 12, someone suing somebody, saying let's get a decision before the season starts, all these different things. And so I put on the show sheet, sent it out to you, sent it out to Isaiah and Fish. And then later on in the day, it comes out that Brenden Sorsby is planning to apply now for the NFL supplemental draft.
Morning Juice presents.
Was that me?
No, that was me. Sorry about that.
Okay. As long as it wasn't me, that's always the big thing here.
How do you get that audio out of there?
That's fine. Bob, so Sorsby is applying for the NFL supplemental draft.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean he'll be in a supplemental draft. Is that correct? The NFL could say, go to hell.
Well, they have to prove that he's going to be unable to play.
Okay.
And the NCAA did rule that. And so he appealed it in courts. And
right.
They're trying to get this expedited appeal to kind of figure it out. And maybe he's feeling like he's not going to win that. Or
right.
maybe this is just to keep the options open. Maybe you can always withdraw from it. I don't know how that works.
So Cody Campbell, who is their big-time booster for Texas Tech, he said Texas Tech will not seek the return of any money paid to Sorsby through his NIL agreements with the university. Now, I don't know, Bob, if you know how this works, or you might not, but so Sorsby had a $5 to $6 million deal with Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all paid in a lump sum, or is that paid throughout the season?
Generally not. I mean, everything can be structured anyway. There's no rules to any of this.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, do you think that he got the full $5 to $6 million?
Well, if it was, they said they're not looking to recoup any of it.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to keep paying him.
Right.
And pay him the rest.
Yeah.
Maybe. The thing is, a lot of these contracts are very one-sided. Now, I mean, you can bankrupt LLCs and do things like for legality purposes,
right.
but it sounds like they're pretty much in lockstep. Like they knew what they were getting when they brought him in. They knew that this could all be an issue, and so maybe there was a clause in the deal. I'm not sure.
You said many of these deals are one-sided. Does that mean do you think
to the player?
To the player, towards the player. Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, so toward the player on that thing right there. So June 22nd is the deadline to, I believe, apply for the NFL supplemental draft. And so it's a tricky situation here. Do you think there are any winners in this? The fact that Sorsby is now saying, Texas Tech and I were cutting ties.
He didn't say that.
Okay. Texas Tech.
I said he was going to enter the supplemental draft.
But I'm saying, though, he's going to, like, he's separating Texas Tech to join the supplemental draft.
That. He says he's entering the supplemental draft. I don't know the policy of him being able to pull back from the supplemental draft. I don't know if there's any rules around any of this anymore.
Sorsby said he would not be part of the Texas Tech football team this fall.
Okay, so he said that in that statement.
He did say that, yes. Okay. So that's him cutting ties, right?
Yeah.
I want to be sure I'm reading that. Okay, he's
so
cutting
that's him
ties.
Severing at that point. I didn't know that he had said that. I just thought he was entering the supplemental draft. I didn't see any of the quotes surrounding it.
Yeah, Sorsby had said, the quote was not be part of the Texas Tech football team this fall. So, and I was looking at this and I was thinking of all the stuff that has happened with first the Sorsby, the allegations and then the proof of him betting on teams he played on and the volume of the bets he placed. Is there a winner in all of this?
Maybe him.
Is he the winner? I would say, is he a winner?
Well, he's getting money.
Is college football the winner? Or is the state of college football a winner in this?
Maybe. I think that might be good. I mean, I think sports in general might have won on this. Where, he did all these things in this current station of life of this league that he's in called college football. And so there's got to be penalties with that. I remember when he got the injunction. And I had said, I don't know if I said on here, it may have been with Bender when I was doing my YouTube show for FanDuel, that I go, it's the political thing where they always talk about in the summer, this person's really hot, they're polling really well.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody would always tell me, November's a long way away. And, and this wasn't a partisan thing. It's like November's a long way away. People can rise and fall quickly during the summer. And so I said, Labor Day's a long way away. I mean, it's months. And it didn't even take a week and a half before now he's entering the supplemental draft.
His attorney told ESPN that they're going to withdraw the lawsuit against the NCAA, which sought the injunction for eligibility, and that's expected to mean that Sorsby would again be ineligible under NCAA rules. And when I saw this, Bob, and I was trying to think of who the winners are, I think it was ultimately probably smart for Sorsby. And
if he's going to get the money.
If he still gets the money, or at least whatever portion of the money he gets, if he still gets that and gets to go into the supplemental draft, that's smart for him. I do think it looks like a win for college football, I guess, only because I didn't hear many people think that this is wonderful that they put the injunction in, and this is great for college football as Sorsby can play after 2 weeks.
Everybody said it's home cooking, and there was like all this stuff done in Texas. And there was a lot of issues. They need to pass the Protect College Sports Act to prevent this stuff from happening. There was all these things surrounding it. So I don't know that that was a positive thing. And there was a lot of heat and blowback. And I was curious, and maybe Texas Tech told him, listen, we're done defending you. It's getting really hot for us. And the people that said that they could, politically, I mean, they're taking a lot of heat. Texas Tech isn't the only college in the state of Texas. And so there's a chance that other people were not all that happy with this situation.
I would love to know, if there was, I don't want to say pressure, but nudging, I guess, about, hey, listen, Soers, or this has got to, we got to get out of this. This has to stop. And so Sorsby probably looks like a bit of a winner for saying, you know what, I get it. NFL supplemental draft is probably the best thing for me, and which could be the case. If that's the case, then I guess, like you mentioned, Sorsby could be viewed as a winner in this because he's doing the right thing, correct?
Sure. I mean, is this the right thing? After getting caught for gambling and doing all this?
I know, Bob, and it's because I said before, Bob, we talked about this last week, that I thought that the Sorsby's best course of action would be to do something like this. I didn't say specifically hey, sever ties, all this stuff, but I thought that Sorsby, by coming back to college football, could hurt his draft stock based on all the scrutiny on him and the reception he would get, and if it would affect him. And if he comes back, he's ultimately betting on himself anyway. Let me ask you that. Betting on himself. Is he betting on himself more by going to the draft, or would he be betting on himself more if he stayed?
Well, I don't know that it's either one at that. I don't know if there's a difference. If he came back, I mean, there's a risk of injury. There's a risk that he played poorly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's going to be taking a lot of heat. However, I mean, I think they had a pretty good roster, and people had said a lot of people viewed him as a first-round talent, but they wanted to see more of him and see more of him at a higher level. You were going to get that chance. We'll see now because next year's quarterback class is so robust. I don't know that someone would spend a first-round pick on him, but there are some teams that need that have some holes to fill at quarterback and may not be drafting high enough to get a guy that they really want. So they could potentially roll the dice on him this year and maybe at the second or third, and then he gets his clock started and, maybe there's a situation a la, Pittsburgh or Cleveland or wherever else that they could bring him in and they feel like they're getting value out of it.
And that's the thing too, Bob, and I know we talked to Bear about this last week where if he gets picked or when he gets picked, I would think he'll get picked in the supplemental draft. If he's picked, like say in the first round, the slot, whatever he would have been, whatever he's going to get paid, whatever a first round pick would get paid in that slot.
Yeah.
In the regular draft. And I know if you don't have a first round pick, obviously for 2027, if you don't have a first round pick, you cannot place a bid on a first rounder using that for the draft. But a team like the Browns could use the Rams pick, perceived pick, whatever it's going to be, though, as the one they put out there in the bid.
Well, that's where it's going to come down to what people value of him. Like, how good do they think he is? Do they think he's worth a first-round supplemental pick? Or is he more of a second round? They think the draft next year is going to be really good. So, would you be willing to part even if you had two of them?
Right.
Or just think, I can go get him in the second.
And that's where, I know it's like a blind thing you put in, like, hey, I'll use this pick. This is the one. And they go through and they evaluate that and decide who ends up getting it. But it feels to me, Bob, like Sorsby, at least, look, he's got the right size. He does have some skills he's shown. Boy, it feels like the Browns, if they dangled that Rams first-round pick out there, it'd be very smart for them.
I don't know why you would use a first-rounder, though. You don't need to.
Only because of the fifth-year option, maybe. If it's Rams, end of the draft.
There's true. The fifth-year option is true, but, I mean, you have no idea how good he's going to end up being. And that's the thing. A lot of people said he's a first-round talent.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's worth a first-round pick because you were hoping to see more of him this year.
But I don't think, looking at the Brown situation, I don't think Sanders is a first-round talent. I don't think Gabriel's a first-round talent.
Fifth round.
Right, I'm saying. And I don't think Watson is, because he's going to be a free agent after the season, I would not consider him a first-round talent because I don't think he comes. I think this is his last year with the Browns, regardless of how he does. I think he's done.
I don't know that that's true.
Well, I guess when I'm looking at that, Bob, let's say he does poorly. The Browns have a bad year. I don't think they want him back.
Let's say he does well.
Okay. Let's say he does well. Tell me what well means to you.
25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Browns win 8 games.
8 games. You think he might be back then at that point? More likely then?
Yeah, I think there's a possibility.
But isn't it, though, Bob? Isn't there some point, though, that it's
I don't debate you in that. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just telling you that it could be a possibility.
I was looking at Bob let's say he does that. Let's say he's mediocre. Say he's Steelers. 8 wins, 25 touchdown passes, 10 picks, like you said. Let's say which is what the Steelers typically get out of the quarterbacks, and they go 8-9 wins, make the playoffs. At that point, though, if you were the Browns, PR-wise, you've paid this guy all this money already. Do you want to pay him like an NFL starter again? Or would you rather have the opportunity with Sorsby? And let's say even the Browns win a playoff game. At that point, if Watson plays well enough to where he wins a playoff game and has a really, really good season, there's going to be a market for him. And would the Browns want to compete in that market, knowing all that they've thrown all the money at him so far and how bad the PR has been to this point with them?
I think that PR would dramatically change if he was better. At least in Cleveland.
You think Cleveland, yeah. I mean,
if he won
a playoff game.
If he won a playoff game, I mean, you think back to Baker when he was here after he won the big playoff game, there was no doubt that he was the quarterback of the future at that point until the wheels fell off. But realistically, if Deshaun came out this year in a season where the Browns are expecting to be a top 10 pick,
right,
and he turned it around, it would be hard for the fan base to let him go and run the risk on, let's see if we can get a quarterback right in the draft.
I look at Deshaun, I just feel like that it's not just It would not just be quarterback Deshaun Watson who won a playoff game with the Browns. It would be quarterback Deshaun Watson who won a playoff game with the Browns, got $240 million guaranteed, played awful for several years, and has this terrible reputation.
He didn't play awful. He didn't play.
You're right. Fair. Okay.
He played 12 games.
He played 12 games. Didn't look great in the 12 games.
No, I'm not debating that, but it's not like he played awful for 4 years. He did not play.
Didn't play, but in the 12 games he played.
Suspension and injury, he did not play.
Did not impress in the time he played.
And that's very true.
Okay, so I think all that right there is part of the baggage when you say Deshaun Watson. It's not just Deshaun Watson, guy who won a playoff game. It's Deshaun Watson, all the other stuff.
I understand.
Which is why I wonder if the Browns would even want to engage with that.
It's crazy to think that could be something that they would, but, I mean, you can't rule it out when you're trying to evaluate somebody just because you thought you were going to move on and everybody anticipated you were going to move on. If something changes, then maybe you don't. And I'm not saying that they won't. And
right.
I would probably recommend that they do. But if they're sitting there
they
and
do
Deshaun
move
Watson,
on.
if he played well, he's not that old. You're going to get another 5 years out of him if he's healthy.
30?
I think he's 31.
31.
Maybe he's right around 30.
Yeah,
and
he's not very old.
Do you want to be the next Seattle Seahawks, Minnesota
With
Vikings,
Darnold?
Sam
I know,
Darnold? And I'm not saying that's what would happen.
Yeah.
But as the Cleveland Browns, yet again, I think it'd be a hard sell to the fan base, and maybe it'd be easier than I think if he did play well. Like Bobby said, things change. The fans, if you win, it changes a lot of perception of you.
He will be 31 this year into September. It's like he's young. I mean, Joe Burrow is going to be 30 this year.
When I look at, though, as far as the Browns franchise, and as someone who's a Steelers fan, I would much rather have the Steelers sometime since Roethlisberger retired to have a 3-win season or a conference championship game appearance, but nothing in between. Last year, look, they won the division, got their butts kicked by Houston then at home, and that's the way it's kind of been. It's like Pittsburgh's been right there in the middle. I would much rather bottom out for a year and get a potential franchise quarterback than be mid and I was going to do the 6-7 thing, Bob, but I won't do it now. But and be like mid and end up with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I'm not debating that.
Yeah,
and that's why they took him. But if you have Deshaun, he's playing well. Remember, he was an All-Pro quarterback.
He was, yes. And now he's had is it 2 Achilles tears since then?
100%. He's had a shoulder issue, a couple of Achilles. He's had his fair share of injuries. If he's healthy and he looks good, which I trust. Bo's around there a lot, and he hears a lot of things. So when he says stuff, it matters. And what he is saying and what I think he has heard is they're planning on going with Deshaun Watson unless he just is bad, and then they'll probably bring in Shedeur and see what they have there.
And
I was going to say, with Brenden Sorsby, if they do put him into the mix, let's say the Browns did decide to bring him in, who succeeds there? Shedeur, Deshaun, with Sorsby adding that in, I feel like that's a troublesome offseason. Does Sorsby sit for the entire year? What do you do with Shedeur? It just feels like you have so many eggs in this basket that which one's really going to hatch in this situation.
Yeah, and I don't. And Sorsby, by the way, also breaking news, brings his own level of baggage as well,
exactly.
Right? It's not massage related, but it is rule breaking related there.
100%. Let's not act like this guy is completely innocent of everything going on.
Coming next, Jake Diebler was on the Buckeye Show last night. We hear what he had to say, and also the Buckeyes have a big addition for the upcoming season. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm Brianna Albizu, traffic anchor for 10 TV News this morning. Columbus is quickly becoming my home, and this community has welcomed me with open arms. My mission is simple: to help you get to where you're going quickly and safely. Whether it's helping you beat the slowdown on 270 or giving you detours around major construction, we've got you covered. Because when your morning's on the move, so are we. Make the move to 10 TV News this morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
When you think of brands that are customer focused, one thing they all have in common is that their values and commitment to quality have been passed from one generation to the next. With 3 generations in the roofing industry, our family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Our commitment to the customer will show through all of our team members as they make sure that every customer is completely satisfied. When it comes to your roofing needs, work with a company built around family. Call Newman Roofing today.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
Delaware County Veteran Services is a county office that faithfully assists veterans of Delaware County. Although not the Department of Veterans Affairs, we help veterans and their dependents navigate through the process of applying for benefits administered by the VA, and we provide transportation to VA medical facilities. So if you're a military veteran or a spouse of a veteran, schedule your appointment today. A wide range of VA and local benefits may be available to you. Delaware County Veteran Services, conveniently located in the historic courthouse in Delaware.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
So after I got done playing football, I still like to work out, go do all of the activities that I love so much. And unfortunately, I started having a little bit of pain in my knee. That's when I went and saw my friends at QC Kinetics. We were able to go in there, get the consultation, get treated, and now my knees, well, they're as good as new.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town, the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area. They're going to help you reach your goals. So whether it's an SBA loan to get your business up off the ground, a line of credit to keep it rolling along smoothly, or equipment financing to help get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bob, the name L.J. Smith is one you might not have heard much about, but you will hear about him a lot coming up because he was a verbal commitment for the 2027 recruiting class for Jake Diebler in Ohio State. 6'4", 180-pound guard. Back in November, he committed to Ohio State as his junior season was starting at Mouth of Wilson, Virginia, Oak Hill Academy.
Oak Hill.
Mouth of Wilson. Never heard that part before. Anyway, and he has now reclassified to where he will play for Ohio State this upcoming season. He said that I love Ohio State. It's a place that feels like home. The coaching staff is a bunch of really great guys who believe in me. I really think they can succeed to reach my goals. He is a 5-star prospect, the number 25 national prospect, number 5 combo guard in the nation. He is the ESPN had him as the number 11 national prospect, number 3 shooting guard. Smith chose Ohio State over Kansas, Indiana, North Carolina, Georgia, and others.
It's big.
That's huge. I love seeing that. Bob. Last year, he averaged 33.1 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 3 assists per game as a sophomore, before he transferred to Oak Hill, and that's when Ohio State went after him there. So it says in the article from the Dispatch, Adam Majorities, although Smith's from North Carolina, he has family from Cincinnati. Now Ohio State does have 14 players for the upcoming season, and potential to add one more there. So that is a huge get for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yes, that's nice. And some of these guys might be one-and-dones. We know the Anthony Thompson thing, the kid who here in Ohio who is a 5-star guy also. But I love the fact they're doing this. I love the fact that Jake Diebler is scheduling a tougher non-conference schedule. They've got Vanderbilt now. They added a home-and-home with them, with the home being this year. They've already had Connecticut in there, and they're playing Kansas in the CBS Sports Classic. It is a tough non-conference schedule. All these things are pointing in the right direction for the Ohio State basketball program.
Yeah, getting Smith in this year is going to help because now you've got a really strong recruiting class. You've got a lot of athleticism on the court. And they just need to continue to keep pressing. And hopefully it's a year where you can make the tournament and win a couple games. Because you don't know if these guys are all going to be back. Most likely not. So you've got to make hay while you got them.
The fact that we've got at Ohio State, the people they have coming back with Bynum, is such a huge thing for them to have him coming back. And Mobley, Mobley looked so good at times last year in the end of the season, especially shot with confidence. And Bynum too. They both progressed. And when I'm looking at the job Diebler did, and he's done so far, I look at those two guys. You look at where Bynum started the season and where he ended. Same thing with Mobley. It looks like they both are on the trajectory going the right way, which I think you have to give credit to Diebler for that.
Yeah. I mean, who else would you give? I mean, he's the one that's developing them.
Right. I'm saying the fact that they did look, I don't know to you, Bob, but they looked like markedly better for me from where the season started to where they ended.
They got better. They improved. I mean, you would expect that for guys who are young in their career. You're going there. I mean, as a college coach, there's a couple of things you need to be able to do. Number one is recruit. Number two, in-game coach. And then three, you've got to develop your players as you get them. They have to continue to get better and better. They also made an adjustment. They brought back their old weight strength coach, who'd been here for a long time, who was out at Arkansas, bringing Dave back. So that's exciting for them as well, because he's going to try to hopefully toughen them up, make them a little more physical and athletic, and develop the type of program and players you're looking for.
Middle of June here now, and so L.J. Smith coming in. I want to play this cut. Jake Diebler was on the Buckeye Show last night, and he was Matt Fontana and also with Patrick Murphy. Here is him talking about L.J. Smith and getting L.J. Smith up to speed.
Jake, thanks again for doing this. What do you envision this being like for LJ when he gets on campus? How is this process going to work in your mind? I know you guys sort of did this with Michi, but that was mid-season. How do you get him up to speed, as you said?
Yeah, I think it's different, right? Because not only is he going to be here for the whole year, but he's going to be here in time before the summer's over. And I think that summer period's critical. It's really important from a strength and conditioning standpoint. It's important from a offensive and defensive foundation installation standpoint. And, he's going to get here. We'll get all his testing. We utilize the sports science department at Ohio State. We do a ton of testing just to see where guys are, where their deficiencies are from a movement pattern. And then he'll hop in there, get caught up, and, we'll just keep it rolling through the summer goes. But I think, listen, he's, if we didn't feel like he could come in and be impactful, and he didn't feel like he could be impactful, we wouldn't have done this. So we're excited, to have him join us. He's different than all the other perimeter players we have, and I think that's a good thing.
We will play one more here, Bob, before we comment here. And he was asked about bringing in Thompson and L.J. Smith. Does it signal a turning point for Ohio State?
Coach, the excitement, Anthony coming in, I want to ask you about Justin Pippen in a little bit, but just specifically on Anthony and LJ, what do you think that says about this program and really kind of the turn that you have had in your short career, even at this point, of getting the program back in the direction that we want to go? Coach, I'm just because I am super excited to have these two young men coming into the program next year. Do you feel like there is really a turn going on with the recruiting side of things at Ohio State?
Yeah, I think absolutely. There's no question when you look back at the history of the program and you look back at its peaks. There were really talented young players who were a part of, the success of the program. And those two are some of the more talented young players we've had. And, I think the thing people got to realize is they are young. Both of them are young. And the exciting thing is we got a whole team full of really good guys and talented players. And those guys aren't going to have to come in and carry a load that's required to do everything, right? You got veterans like John Mobley and Justin Pippen and Jimmy Williams and Amari Bynum. And then, you take these young players and kind of bring them alongside those guys. I think the pieces of the puzzle really fit well together. But, it says something about the way people are viewing, especially recruits are viewing our program, where we're at, where we're headed, the trust they have in our staff to help them develop. And, I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, Bob,
Are those the only two clips?
No, we got one more.
What's the last one?
The last one's about about playing and not running it back, running it up.
I guess the question that I would have had is, because this is not something that just happens overnight, is when did this conversation begin to happen?
With LJ, you mean, or about?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the process getting started, because it's announced that he's going to do this.
Right.
There's probably been a lot of things that needed to happen over the last month. including him, like there's certain requirements you have to get into Ohio State, like just from a sheer academic like credits, like what you've taken in high school to be able to get there. And so there are things that he probably had to get done to be able to do this. And so I'm curious just when those conversations began.
Like, are you wondering if maybe there was it can't really be a summer school element this soon. It can't be like, oh, he had to take this because it's June.
So then how did it get done?
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
It's the great question.
Yeah.
Because it's the question.
Yeah.
That you ask is this.
Like, could he have reclassified already?
Well, they're announcing that it's done.
Right.
And they didn't announce, like, hey, he was going to reclass. So there was a conversation that probably happened, I'm guessing 2 or 3 months ago. And they said, hey, we got to get A, B, and C done to be able to get you in here.
Right.
Let's see if we can do this. And if we can get you in here before the summer so that you'll be able to be a functional part of the team. But, like, those logistics, those are always critical to being able to get to this point. And the fact that that was an oversight there, I don't understand that. Because that's the most important question to me, is how did this get done?
How did it all get done?
Because it wasn't something that was talked about back in October, November, December. You know, and a lot of guys, so they would be able to try to wrap things up and getting your senior English in or whatever it is you've got to do to be able to get here. So how many months ago did this start happening?
Right. That's a great question, Bob. Like, I wonder if, it's the thing, where it's like we have to wait till everything gets fine.
We looked at, like, hey, when stuff started, guys getting the portal and what's his name from Pickerington left.
Happens mid-June after everything's finalized for the previous spring semester or spring quarter, whatever it's going to be, I guess at the high school level. But that had to happen for him to be eligible to reclassify and do this. And I'm wondering, Bob, so, the NCAA tournament is expanding now. You mentioned now, obviously Diebler and Ohio State made the tournament this year, and which was huge. But is it even huger now? There we go. That they make – that's a great word, Bob. That they make the tournament now because it's expanded. Well, it depends on dialect, but I think it's a Latin word. But nonetheless, so, Bob, I think that it is even more critical now that Ohio State never miss the NCAA tournament basketball ever again. If it stays at 78 like this,
I would hope not.
Never, ever. Like, it would. And so, after what they did last year, nice run there. They get in. A very entertaining game in the first round, although not ideal the way the outcome was, obviously. But it just seems like now with that many teams, and I know the 78 when they go to it, it's like it's not
this year.
It's coming up the upcoming season, yeah. So it's not.
Oh,
it's not to the benefit of the mid majors.
No, they're gonna have 10 more.
No, it's going to be more SEC and Big 10 teams in there, Big 12 teams. What it's going to be. But here is terrible. Jake Diebler on the Buckeye Show talking about how we're not going to run it back. We want to run it up.
Coach, the success that you've had year over year now and been able to build on that back into the NCAA tournament, I know wins are probably the easy answer, but what would be success to you to build on for this season coming up for Ohio State?
I want to take a big step forward in the program, and that means, advancing further both in the Big Ten and in the NCAA tournament. I think that's our goal, year over year. It's a process with kind of where we were as a program when I was named head coach to where we are. There's been real growth, but like, we're not looking around and saying, hey, let's stay the same. Let's find a way to repeat what we did last year. We're trying to build upon that and take it up a whole nother level. So we've recruited that way. We've built our staff that way. We're working that way. The messaging is different. It's fighting for a new level every single day we're in that building. And that's what I want for this program. I want to get it back to its peaks. It's hard. Not everybody's operating under the same parameters across the country, and that's okay, though. We're going to find a way to do it here. We got to build it kind of one day at a time. And make no mistake, happy with the growth from year one to year two, but the plan is not to run it back like year two. The plan's to run it up from year two. And, I feel good about this team and staff, and, now it's about putting the work in to get it done.
Is this a critical year for Ohio State basketball?
Oh, for sure it is. I mean, this is the most critical year probably for Jake Diebler. Third season, make the tournament, win some games, get out of the first weekend. I think that all needs to be finish the top 5 of the Big Ten, perform well in the Big Ten tournament, and make it out of the first weekend.
100%. This is the equivalent recruiting-wise. This is 2 of the top 8 highest recruits Ohio State's ever had. This is like the equivalent of D'Lo and Jared Sullinger coming in at the same time. So if we look back at it and say, should they make the tournament? Absolutely. They should probably be pushing for Sweet 16 aspirations with these 2 coming in at the same time.
And that's what I wanted to lean towards here now is that if you can go in the Wayback Machine, we all knew that last year, going into last season, it was like, yeah, they've got to make the tournament this year. It's very important. A lot of heat on Ohio State if they would miss a tournament. This is a critical year for Ohio State and Jake Diebler. Going into last season, is this one more critical? Now that he's made the tournament and is doing a great job on the recruiting front, the transfer portal was nicer to them last year than the previous year, for sure. That ghost Aaron Bradshaw who's allergic to paint wasn't here. But do you think that I guess what I'll ask you, do you think this year is more critical than last year was?
Well, I mean, it's just a building situation. You know, the first year you've made mistakes, you took some lumps. Last year, like you said, better in the portal, not perfect.
Right.
You felt like you got some better value. Guys contributed more, especially probably for what they were worth or what, like, maybe you were compensating them.
Right.
And so then this year it's like, okay, we have a veteran team. We kept the guys we really wanted to largely keep, brought in a couple of guys that we think will fit well, that are more veteran, and then brought in 2 stud young players, which was just going to be 1. And so if you're deep, we're like, hey, get both of these guys in here, now we've got something. You know, you feel like, especially if you can get them together now, because like putting them together, you know, if LJ Smith isn't getting here till, you know, right at the start of the season, like that's not really helping them. You want them to be here in the summer so they can build together.
And you typically can't judge a coach until he has his guys.
Yeah.
And these are Jake Diebler's guys. So at this point, it's, okay, you have your recruits now. You've made your transfer portal acquisitions. Now this is fully his team. He's not playing with any of Chris Holtman's players at this point. These are all your guys. What can you do to make these 5 stars better? Because he did great in the recruiting. I mean, these are 2 of the highest recruits we've had in over a decade. So now your guys are here. You've done the recruiting job. Can you do the X's and O's and make them actually available on the court?
Adam Jarrett from the Dispatch also reported that there was some players that were former players who were pushing for Chris Gent to be hired over Jake Diebler. Now, Gent is an assistant coach for the Knicks, just won and got a ring. He also won an NBA championship as a player for the Rockets back in 1994. Gent, beloved here in Columbus for his contributions to Ohio State basketball. And I am wondering if, you know, Gent would have been, he's spent a lot of time as a head coach or coach in the NBA. He did do a head coaching stint, I believe, in the interim basis for the Rockets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But, you know, if historically we look back and I wonder if they'll regret passing on Gent to go with Deebs. But
here's what they loved about Jake Diebler. He is an Ohio guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Ohio boy.
Meteorologist.
And his dad, longtime coach, brother played here, great ties to the program, great recruiter. And were there some things that he was going to have to kind of learn on the fly? Yeah, he'd never been a head coach before. It was the same thing with Ryan Day. You hired a guy that you believed in, that you thought was really good at a lot of stuff, knowing that the one element that they didn't have was experience. This wasn't like it was a mystery. And so there was going to be some lumps. And you're going to have to ride them out a little bit. And everyone's like, bring in Calipari. I'm like, dude.
No.
I guess. Why? No. Why?
Because I think he's slimy, but go ahead.
That's fine. But now you can be slimy. It's a slime-free zone.
It's a perfect time to be slimy.
Yeah.
No better time to be slimy.
No doubt about it.
The stuff doesn't matter anymore.
I know.
But, like, Diebler's checking a lot of those boxes. Everyone to bring in Calipari. I'm like, great. You know, you're going to pay him $8 million, and he's going to want $14 or $15 million a year, and maybe more in NIL. And I don't know if they were ready to commit to that yet. And so they bring in Jake Diebler, and they'd watched him recruit well. He had a great relationship with some guys. He's landed a lot of those recruits that they hoped he would get. And now it's, can you continue to develop them? And then your on-court coaching and in-game strategy, is that beginning to round into form? Because I think the development and recruiting was going to be fine with him. It's really a function of running the program and then being able to execute on court. And that's something that you don't really know about a coach until they actually are the head coach. Just usually guys don't learn at Ohio State. But the guy that normally sits in Isaiah's chair is the same thing with Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, like they hired him knowing he wasn't going to be head coach. He was a first-time head coach, no head coaching experience. And so because of that, you're going to have a lot of good, but there's also going to be some things like, that's painful because you didn't learn about it at Toledo. You learned about it at a big-time program.
You said something interesting there, Bob, that stuck out with me, where you compared compared. I want to make sure I get the phrasing right, Bob. But there are similarities between the Diebler hiring and the Ryan Day hiring as far as their experience and whatnot. And I think it's probably so far off in my mind when Day got here with all the success they've had, and I didn't see it that way. But at the time, now that these hires are made, look back when Day was named head coach, when Diebler's named head coach, you think those are similar situations?
Yeah.
Because I look at it, I was like, gosh, and maybe it's because I'm just so far away from it now.
What do you mean? Like Urban left, they moved in, and
but Diebler had, and the way I look at it, like the NFL assistant coaching experience and whatnot, and had
never been a head coach.
Never been a head coach, though. You're right. Yes, but I'm saying
sitting in the big chair is different. I don't care what you've done before. Sitting in the big chair and having to go to the podium and answer questions as to why you did things. Assistants don't have to do that. Head coach does. And if you're telling your assistant, like, hey, they say recommend something to do and you sign off on it, well, then it's your decision. And so you got to own it.
Without this season having started yet, just looking at what he's done so far, I would grade Diebler's performance, and I'm thinking about also this recruiting class, as Isaiah brought up, what they have coming in. I would give Diebler's performance a B. Not a B+, not a B-. I'll give him a B. How would you grade Diebler to this point?
I would say that's probably fair. B minus, somewhere in there. Like, he hadn't blown it away.
Right.
But like I said, a lot of things you expected him to do, he did.
Yep.
And this will be a big year for his overall running the program. Looks like he's got the style of guys and type of players he wants. And now it's going to be an in-game coaching situation. Like, with 2 minutes left in the game, are you handling situations well? Do you handle subs well? How deep do you go with your bench? Like, all of those different things that you got to learn on the job a little bit.
And this year it'll be tough, too, because the expectations with these two coming in is going to just raise it so much. Like, from last year, it was just get in the tournament, maybe get a win in the first round, where hopefully Buckeye fans will realize, like, these two players, yet again, we're talking D'Angelo Russell, Jared Sullinger, De'Aaron Thomas, like, across the board, any of them. And that's where these guys are. So it should level up the play on the court, but Diebler also has to step up to that too. He's putting pressure on himself, which he wants. Like this is what he wants.
You'd rather have better players and be in better situations.
Yep.
And by the way, like, it's not like he's not capable of winning the big games. Go ask Matt Painter. Like,
yeah.
Of all the things, like, if you were Purdue, like, you got to be kidding me. We've lost to these guys 3 times in a row at the end of the season. I mean, he's won big games when he's had to. And after doing a little research into this, like, the LJ Smith, this was something that was kind of talked about, tabled, revisited, and then, gone and then decided to kind of push through. So I figured it was something that was going to take a while because both sides have to be ready to do it and want to do it. And as a player, like, you're giving up some of your senior year and some different things. And it's a lift for him to be able to get that done. But I think they revisited and kind of found this. But this is something I think that was kind of around for a few months before they decided to kind of fully pull the trigger and go.
I give him a B. Bobby said around the B- range.
I said B-.
B-. Okay, sorry.
Know, I'd give him an 84. What do you mean? We'll put a number on it, 84.
That's probably a B, right?
Low B. There we go.
All right. What do you have, Isaiah?
I'd say B now, but that's due to the recruiting stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's a B.
Honestly,
based on the future.
LJ Smith recount class, like, he's probably more like an 85, 86, but like, now you have that expectation of, like, you're getting close to the A range and you got to go perform this year. Like, in the in-game stuff, like I said, everything else he's handled and done well. This is what they brought him in to do. The growth element of the head coach was what people were hoping to see, and that's what we're going to have to find out this year.
The Big Ten coaching legend's not happy. We'll discuss that and also tell you who's got his juice next. Morning Juice.
At QC Kinetics Columbus, patients find lasting joint pain relief. Regenerative treatments help repair damaged tissue. No surgery, downtime, or steroids.
Knee pain's something I lived with since the big game, and I'm all over surgeries. That's how I found QC Kinetics. I was able to get in, see the doctors, do the treatment, and get my knee feeling basically brand new. I can work out, run, most importantly, chase my son around the house and the yard, and do my job without any pain.
Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. Better starts here.
I'm Tracy Townsend, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. This community is my home, and it means everything to me. I care deeply about the stories we bring you each day, especially the ones that truly impact your life, from women's health and advocacy to the decisions happening at the State House. My goal is simple: help you feel informed and connected, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Since 1969, Germain Toyota of Columbus has been delivering an exceptional experience to Central Ohio drivers. Whether it's versatile SUVs, stylish trucks, or efficient hybrids, Germain Toyota has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at customer-friendly rates, backed by 2 years of maintenance with Toyota Care and same-day service from our trusted team of technicians. Experience the difference with every drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work right alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We have a desire and passion for great customer service. Every detail is important to us. From your first phone call to the end of the project, Newman is here to help you every step of the way. We're here to educate you so you understand what's happening with your roof. We're in your corner to help you be confident in your decision. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. We are Newman.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. We'll get to what's got you juiced here very quickly, but first I want to talk about this, that Tom Izzo is not happy. The president of Michigan State was fired, and then now the athletic director, Jay,
bouncing,
just Jay, with letter J, Jay Batt, is leaving to go to Kentucky. He was only in East Lansing for 1 year. And here is Tom Izzo talking about his problems with the leadership and where things are going up there in East Lansing.
I can't stand what's going on. I've had it. This is self-inflicted. We just lost the best president who may have ever been here, maybe. One of the best. And there's other dominoes that get affected when things go wrong like that. Yeah, I'm very upset about it, and I'm sick of it. I'll go into why when I decide to say something in the near future. How's that? I'm not going to do it right now. I think 600,000 living alums better start rallying together. If there's ever a time that we need to rally together, it's now. And that's all 600,000. It ain't Tom Izzo. I'm not an alum. I'm like a Greg Williams or I'm a very invested stakeholder. What happened with our president is ridiculous. He said it. We know the reasons. I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted. Hurt. See what the Spartan Nation feels. Spartan Nation better stand up. All 600,000 of them.
So the president ended up going to Clemson there, and there was unsustainable situation created by differing perspectives among board members that some of whom have criticized major initiatives such as Spartan Ventures, the independent corporation that Jay Batt established to boost athletic revenue. Bob, I feel like when 20, 30 years ago, the roles of university president and athletic director were not as much under the microscope as they are now.
It was much more stable. because there wasn't near the volatility when it comes to expectations for wins and losses in the program, because there wasn't the money that was thrown into it.
Right.
So people are spending a lot of money. They want results. The board of trustees, some of them may know and have greater insight into how things should run than others. But you hire a president to do the job, and then they start talking about, you let Kevin, who'd been there, really good. Tom Izzo, obviously a big fan of his.
Yeah.
When you lose your president that hired your AD's probably leaving too, which is what is happening now. And now you have a void of leadership. You just had this new initiative. You just hired Pat Fitzgerald, like you're trying to get things all pushing in the right direction. And Tom Izzo is as Spartan's going to be.
Yeah.
And loves that place. And when there's issues on the board, like I'm surprised that he didn't walk in the boardroom and say, hey, what the heck is going on in here? We got to get this thing figured out. We can't lose. The guy he called the best president, he's like, I'll have a statement for you later. And I don't know if this is while he's still going to be working there or not, but I mean, I know that he's almost above reproach for anybody. Tom Izzo, is Michigan State to a lot of people. So it'll be really interesting what he fully says on this based upon the little teaser that we just got right there.
Yeah, it's two head basketball coaches at Michigan State since 1976. Judd Heathcote and then Izzo. And Izzo's power and what he's done there and his how much he is visible across the country and across the landscape of college basketball, it's when he says something like this, it holds a lot of weight.
Chaz Michaels is men's figure skating.
Yes.
Then Tom Izzo is Michigan State.
Is that from the movie?
What movie?
Was it Blades of Glory? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, there you go.
Haven't seen it, but that's what I assumed it was.
Unfortunate.
Was Will Ferrell in that one?
Oh, yeah.
And then also Napoleon Dynamite was in it as well.
That's him. Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite. That's his real name.
That's the character. Yes, he was in that as well. All right, let's tell me what's got us juiced here quickly.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
According to published reports, today is Tuesday. That would mean that Schlegs goes first.
My sister makes my mom's recipe of pumpkin bars, which are phenomenal. She does a great job replicating that recipe, and she brings an entire tray for me because I straight up will obliterate an entire tray. And she cuts them in these little squares. So I can just boom, one in, boom, two. Next thing you know, there's 20.
I cut them up and then I butter it up.
Isaiah, did you run any grocery carts into people's cars yesterday?
I did not.
Good for you.
Thankfully, I made it out of Sam's Club parking lot alive.
Good.
But I am juiced up for tonight. I've got a big event going on. My brother and I are the head coaches of lacrosse out in Johnstown, and we kind of spearheaded a showcase we got going on tonight for our conference, the Mid-Ohio Lacrosse League. It's like the Division II Columbus Lacrosse Conference, and so it formulated for the first time last year. We did a lot of work to get that together, and then tonight we've got the All-Star Game, which Levi and I set up, so we got all the guys from the conference.
Cool.
That all got their conference awards coming out to Johnstown, so it's like Bexley, Columbus Academy, Johnstown, Licking Valley, John Glenn, Jonathan Alder, all coming out for a big night. We reached out to a lot of college coaches and brought them out to watch these Division II Columbus players.
That's awesome.
So I'm pumped up for that tonight.
Well done, man. Good job out of you, Isaiah. Like, a true man of the community, civil servant, if you will. Well done on that. I'm sure those kids appreciate it, and the opportunity, the exposure there. And it's a lot. I know it's a lot of work.
It's a ton of work
to put that stuff on. So good job out of you. Juiced up yesterday. Went to the coaches' golf outing. Got to listen to Tress. My guy DJ M Dizzle introduced the great Nicole Cox, who then introduced Jim Tressel to introduce Ryan Day. And Tress was out there flexing. He has this sweet vest, and it's got like the state seal on it. And it says the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Ohio. I go, how do I get one of those? He goes, you got to be appointed.
He's going Hollywood, Bob. He's going Hollywood.
I was like, it's an amazing vest. He went out there and gave a great speech as always. And I remember the first time that Ryan heard him introduce him, he goes, I don't want to speak after this guy. I wanted him to go before me. I'm like, well, Ryan, you're the head coach, but that's not how it works. And yesterday was no different, and gave a great 2-minute talk, and then finished it off with, and now the greatest coach in all of college football, Coach Ryan Day, and like passes it over to him. I'm like, man, way to drape that on him. And something else really special we did last night. We were sworn to secrecy with this, so I will give you the details next week when they make it public and put it all together. But an awesome thing that we're going to be able to see this year coming up during the football season. So really excited to be able to share that with everyone moving forward. So all that has me juiced. Thitoff, what's got you juiced, sir?
You're not going to announce it. I will. Archie Griffin's going to play tailback this year for Ohio State against Ball State. Bobby didn't want to say it. He does have one more year of eligibility, Bob. It's a big announcement by you. We'll see if that goes viral. Let's see. What's got me juiced? Bob, the mulch pile's not gone yet. It's almost gone. No, Bob, listen, it's almost there, though. I was doing it, the friend stopped by unexpectedly, got into a conversation, then it started to get dark, and it was like, yeah, I've got morning juice tomorrow. I can't be up till 11 o'clock moving mulch. There's a little bit left. It's not that significant. It will get done. Maybe today, Bob. There's not a whole lot left. And like you said.
Why didn't you just finish it yesterday?
I just told you because the fact that we had people stop by unexpectedly.
Who cares?
Well, I didn't say, hey, it's nice to see you.
It's good to see you. Like you can see that I'm working. Were you working when they stopped by?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, hey, I appreciate it. You guys can help if you want, or you can talk to me while I'm working. Either way, but I'm not going to stop doing the job. One of my neighbors walked down and was talking to me when I was doing it on Friday. I'm like, hey, stop talking to me because I want to hang out with you later. So I'll be done in 3 hours.
Bob, I will say this, though, that I did get a text from my wife this morning while we were on the show here, and it mentioned the fact that, hey, you moved some of the mulch somewhere where you already had enough mulch. So I'm wondering now.
Because every place has enough mulch.
Now, that's what I'm starting to wonder, Bob, is if you are going to be right.
I am right.
No, Bob, I'm not saying you're right yet. I'm just saying the text actually said,
unless you're going to start growing, like building out more flower beds, and I haven't even seen the mulch pile. If your description wasn't a straight hyperbole, then it was too much.
Here's the text: you dump piles in the back where we already had mulch.
Okay.
But I thought maybe a little more mulch would be nice.
Thickening it up.
That's what I'm doing out there, Bob. So, and there's still some left. And so I got to find out, I got to get more direction from current administration based on how I need to distribute said mulch. But that should get done tonight, Bob. I think tonight I will get it all done. I will tell you this, when the rain hit, the bad part is, yes, it is heavier, but it also packed it down so it looked like I did more before I did more.
Just made it heavier, though.
It did. All right, folks, that's it for us. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're back tomorrow. Morning Juice.